Hey, Virgo, intuitive soul coach here with your October 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Virgo, some of you are getting creative this month. You could be getting creative with how you make money. Some of you are traveling. You're stepping outside of your environment, and that could give you a new perspective or a new approach. I feel like a lot of you have gone through some challenges here, but you're stronger than you think you are. And I do see you stepping out of your comfort zone and finding solutions to some of the troubles that have been showing up in your world. Now, you have a lot of new beginnings. You have a lot of change, a lot of transformation taking place, and you're a highly creative individual. You have a lot of major arcanas coming out here as well. This could be a very big month for you. You're very creative. You are inspirational to many. And I feel like you have this talent. You have this talent about you, this uniqueness that people want to be a part of, okay? And if people do not respect who you are or what you have to offer, you're disconnecting. Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're disconnecting from people, places, or things that don't honor you or respect your talents, your creativity. So you actually have the creative card showing up, and this is about you discovering new ways of being. Some of you, this is discovering new income sources. I feel like you're discovering perhaps the energy between you and another. We do have the Lovers out here as well. And I also see you honing in on some new talents. Okay, you could even be taking some art classes or taking classes that get that creative flow going once again, Virgo. Yeah, because it just seems like this is a really powerful month for you to showcase your talent and put yourself out there. Put yourself out on a limb is what I'm picking up on. And it's going to take perseverance. It's going to take, drive, but you have what it takes. Because I see the strength here showing up, and that means you can get through any obstacle if you are brave enough to face a fear head on. And I think you are. We have the Mother energy showing up. You are protected. I feel like this is nurturing. This is protection. This is also Empress. And when the Empress shows up, it's the birth of a new cycle. And Empress is also Libran energy. We are in Libran season. The Empress is highly creative. She is fertile. She could be a mother, a wife, a nurturer, but she's all about love. And I see here that love is going to open the doors, heal, and expand upon your own creativity. So Virgo, this is the month to really activate that artist within yourself and come up with new ideas, new ways of seeing the world, new ways of viewing partnerships and relationships. I feel like that creative part of you is just feeling very alive, feeling very inspirational. Some of you, there's been a struggle to tap into that creative potential. There's been a struggle to feel motivated. And this is renewal. And partially due to maybe the eclipse energy. It could also be we're seeing a lot of shifts in the cosmos. But I also see you needed a little bit of that downtime to figure out what you truly wanted and how to proceed moving forward. Because you have the Strength energy. Some of you may even have Leo placements in your chart. But this is about you facing challenges that sometimes we tend to want to run away from, right? But you are facing some fears head on. This is about self-control, overcoming difficulty, and really reaching in and finding that inner strength and courage to access different parts of yourself, different parts of a situation that you weren't able to see prior. Now, you also have the great outdoors. You could be traveling. You could be taking some space this month to maybe go hiking, go camping, unplug, get out in nature, spend time with family, spending time just unwinding. And I feel like you're going to feel more liberated if you allow yourself to take more time to just be. Okay. And if you've been going a million miles per hour, or if there's been a lot going on in your life, which I certainly see, there's a lot of changes here showing up. You have a lot of major arcana. This is the month to slow down and really check in with yourself, because you could be catapulted off in many different directions is what I'm picking up on. Now, there's adventure ahead and there's excitement, and a lot of you are wanting to perhaps jump the gun, right? We want to jump the gun. We want that, vacation to come tomorrow. We want that new job offer to come in right away. So I feel like you are going to receive an invitation, Virgo, and you have these new opportunities. Some of you, this is world travel. I see you traveling or you reaching people on a global level. You could even be meeting someone at a distance. This could be a love situation. It could be career, work. We're going to tap into all of those categories here, but these are the themes showing up for you. Now, bottom of the deck, you also have self-love and you have milestone. There's an accomplishment here, something that you've really been driven towards. Okay, a goal that you've had where you didn't back down. You're not someone to back down. And I feel because you didn't give up on yourself, excuse me, this was part of a dream that you've had. I also feel like you can give yourself a little bit of rest before you jump into this next quest or this next new opportunity. Because there could even be a reward or a ceremony, or, it just feels like there's some big change coming in. And then you might need to kind of recoup a little bit, give yourself a little bit of that R&R, that self-love, healing, and preparation, because there's also another big jump. I feel like there could be I'm getting specifically two big changes that occur, or two big events or two big happenings for you. Some of you, this is travel. Some of you, this is honing in on your creativity, which could, of course, be creative endeavors, passion projects, career. That could be part of it for some of you, and how to step outside your comfort zone and maybe even reach a new target market. Because we have the adventure card here, some of you may even work in real estate or travel, the travel industry. Maybe this is Airbnb, or connecting with people globally through some form of media. Okay, some form of media. I also see you could be traveling to go on a spiritual retreat. This could be a yoga retreat, a meditation retreat, something that really allows you to hone in on your talents and your creativity. I'm loving this. There's a big milestone coming in, and it's going to bring a lot of happiness. You've been working hard on it. All right, so what we see here is the High Priestess. You may have even been working in silence, keeping something to yourself. I almost feel, because this is showing up a little bit sideways, I feel like you have an agenda. And there's nothing wrong with having an agenda, right? Nothing at all. But it feels like you were working on something behind the scenes, and at times you were questioning your own intuition, saying, is this worth it? Should I keep fighting for this? Is it worth continuing to build up this momentum? Am I ever going to reach that milestone? And here it is. And I feel like you will. So when the High Priestess shows up, Virgo, this is spiritual insight. And I feel like now's the time to maybe open up if you've been withholding the information, or if you feel like you haven't received a clear answer from your intuition. I feel like you will. Okay, because you have something here opening up. I'm getting expansion with the great outdoors. It looks like wide open spaces. You have room to breathe, room to maybe showcase your talent. Be mindful of your path is what I'm hearing. Be willing to renegotiate or embrace some divine detours. If something feels off or if you're unsure, that may be when you really need to get out in nature or to step away from the problem at hand to gain a different viewpoint. And that's what I feel the message of the High Priestess is. Some of you are healers. You are tarot readers. You are mystics. Okay, Virgo, you are someone who really is trying to tune into that spiritual side of yourself that we all have. And you're really working on trusting that piece, because it feels like in the past you've went with your intuition, and for whatever had happened, it just feels like there had been a consequence that you didn't necessarily love. So you may have tied that into this experience of the High Priestess, thinking, okay, well, I can't trust my own intuition. It led me down a path of, disappointment or abandonment or destruction or whatever it may have been. But Spirit is saying that's not true, right? This is you accepting all of your gifts, all of your highs and lows, the ups and downs, all of your life's experiences, and letting you know that you're not alone, even through some of those challenges. So that's a big message coming in. Now you also have the Magician. The Magician is showing up here in reverse, and I feel like there has been a manifestation, but it wasn't what you had thought, right? There's been some sort of outcome to a situation, and that may be what we were just talking about. It's like you listened to your intuition and you went in that direction, but it wasn't what you thought. So it's okay to turn around, right? It's okay to go in a new direction. It's okay to say, that didn't work. That's okay. I can move forward in a new direction. Now I know. And I do see here you having the skills and the talent, and whatever you don't know, you have the ability to learn. You have the ability to thrive if you are willing. And I see that you are willing. Now, the Magician is a leader. He's an excellent communicator. He's energetic. He is skilled and talented, and he has abilities that go above and beyond. And I see here that you have abilities that go above and beyond. So if you are questioning your own potential, or if you are doubting yourself, stop that. Stop that, Virgo, because you are powerful beyond measure here. And I do see that there's some big changes coming in. You also have the Metamorphosis card. Now, starting off, 1, 2, 3, you have 3 major arcanas. Now, this major arcana is actually a bonus that the author created in this deck. This is card 24, or excuse me, 24 of the major arcana. And it's represented by the blue butterfly, cosmic connection. This is change, transformation for the better, right? It is rise and shine. It's renewal, shedding of old beliefs, and it's new horizons. And I feel like this energy, it kind of reminds me of the opposite of the death, which is also transformation. But sometimes the death can be a change that can come quickly, and we don't always want that change. But this is a change that feels very much aligned with the cosmos, with your spiritual path. So I feel like you are opening up to a new way of utilizing these skills, these resources, and manifesting the things in your life that you truly want. Now, you also have the Ace of Pentacles coming in here. This is the start of a new life after a bit of a delay. This is a positive reward because you haven't given up, and because perhaps when you did hit that dead end in the past, you didn't stay at that dead end and say, well, this is it. I'm just going to sit here at this dead end. No, you decided to come back to center, right? That's what we do when we hit a dead end. We come back to center and we say, okay, what new direction do I need to go on? And I feel like that's what's being offered to you. That is the invitation. This is the gift. And you see it's represented here, Ace of Pentacles by the slippers. No place like home. So it's going to require you to come back to a sense of being centered, and very much so with the Great Outdoors card. Unplug. Maybe some of you have unplugged from social media or unplugged from life in some way, shape, or form. But there is a reward here. This is physical health. It's well-being. It's feeling more vitality. Some of you, there's going to be a new job offer here, or a new, at the start of a new life. And it feels like this is a big milestone that you have morphed into after a lot of struggles and setbacks. And we have the Lovers. The Lovers, I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas out of 7. This is unheard of. You don't see this often. And the one minor arcana that you have is the Ace of Pence. Virgo, this could in fact be one of the biggest months of 2024, if not one of the biggest months that you've had in the last few years. Whatever is happening this month is something that you've been wanting for quite some time, but try not to, I'm just going to use this word. It may not be the best word, but sabotage this opportunity due to lack of belief. Because sometimes when we hit that dead end and then we move forward in a new direction and we hit another dead end and then we go back to center and we hit another dead end, sometimes we don't even move forward because we say, well, what's the point? That's just going to be a dead end. There's not going to be an out, right? And then we start telling ourselves that we're trapped and we're restricted and there's no other options. There's no other choices. Try not to get caught up in that limited thinking mindset, because there is a new path here. And I feel like you're trusting your heart. Okay, you have the Lovers. The Lovers is about making choices. This could be making choices and finding balance and harmony. Now, the Lovers is Gemini energy, but we are also in Libra season, which is ruled by Venus, which is all about the heart. And I feel like it's okay for you to choose something for you. There's an energy of falling in love or soulmate. This could be a love for what you do. It could be that, yes, you've been stuck in a situation or felt like you were stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? Some of you have a hard choice to make. I will say that some of you have a hard choice to make, but when you have strength on your side, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And we all have strength within us, each and every one of us. But it's up to us to reach in and pull it out. And I feel like yes, there's a choice to make here, but don't doubt it. Don't second guess yourself. Find balance between the head and the heart, but ultimately use your logical mind to steer you through, but let your intuitive guidance. I mean, that's the first card showing up is the High Priestess. Let your intuition guide you. Try to find balance between the emotion and the logic, okay? And let the intuition pave way, make room, because sometimes when we become so emotional, it blocks intuition. Sometimes when we become so logical, it blocks intuition. But when we find that balance between the head and the heart, which are, two big tools that we have that lead the way, it helps allow the intuition to really pave the path forward. And I see there is a big path being paved here for you in a profound way. Now, some of you are preparing for union. You could be exiting out of union, okay, to give yourself space to breathe. And you have your final cards. You have another bonus major arcana, which is the Witch. This is card 25. It's represented by Dorothy. It's about transformation and, again, balance. So we're seeing a lot of energies about balance, and what better time to initiate balance in our lives than Libran season, which is governed by the scales. So the Witch energy is about trusting your potential. You have gifts. You have gifts. You're very gifted, but you're also very protected. You see that pink bubble around her? That is Glinda's the good witch, right? Protecting her. So this is your spirit guides. This is like your fairy godmother, right? Coming in, protecting you, saying you have skills and talents far beyond you can even see or grasp at this time, but you must believe in yourself. This is wisdom. It's spells. It's inner light. It's, powerful, powerful force within you. And I see that at times, Virgo, you self-doubt, or, you may feel like you need external validation in some way, shape, or form, but this is you believing in yourself more so now than ever and staying true to your path, because what we see is the Wheel of Fortune. This is your outcome energy. Again, I cannot believe how many major arcanas you have showing up here. This is just wow. So you believing in yourself is pivotal this month, more so than ever, because you're changing the wheel. You're turning the wheel here. Something is spinning. This is destiny and fate. I mean, I see it with the cosmos and such huge milestone energy. That's what major arcanas are big milestones on our path. And you have tons of them out here, but they're all the good ones, right? These are all beautiful milestones. And we see that your strength is guiding you, right? You're overcoming some of the obstacles that have set you back. And the Wheel of Fortune is a renewal of life. Renewal of life. This is a turning point. This is luck. This is a new cycle that you are entering into. Embrace it. Wow. Whew. All right, let's look at career, finances, money, business. You have perfection. I feel like a lot of signs have been getting this card. And I myself suffer at times from perfectionism. And I feel like there are more and more of us out there, especially on this spiritual path, the awakened spiritual path. And it says, give up your perfectionism. It's causing delays in finances and even in other areas of your life. You will never get ahead if you don't overcome the fear of failure. Remember what I said about the dead end. Imagine coming up to that area in the yellow brick road where there's, you can go forward, you can go left, you can go right, or you could go back, but you know where you've been when you go back. But it's like taking a right turn and again, hitting that dead end, and you come back out to the center and then you go forward and there's another dead end and you're like, well, what's the point here? I'm not even going to go that way. I know what's going to happen, but I feel like you may strive for the perfect condition or the perfect situation at times. And it says you are enough. Virgo, you are enough and you have what it takes to improve your finances. So if there has been setbacks and struggles, this is the month where you have every ability within you, every skill, talent, creativity to push through the masses, push through the adversity, push through the perfectionism, and embrace a new cycle of your career. Some of you may even be retiring. You could be shifting careers altogether, starting a new job, starting a new life, a new chapter of this journey when it comes to career. Now, you could work in an office, okay, or this is working remotely for maybe as a staff assistant, an office manager, or secretary, or you could be leaving a situation. And even though I don't see a lot of leaving cards, I don't see any endings here, but I see mostly new beginnings. It almost feels like the ending has already occurred a while ago and you've been in that flux stage, but here's the new beginning. Delegating more can help you increase your earnings. I do feel like you're thinking of the greater good, right? There is a better outcome here, and it has to do with the highest and greater good of all, not just individually. We have take action. Whatever your question, this is telling you go for it. Yeah, I mean, you have action after action. I mean, the magician is, goal-oriented. He is a very energetic manifester. Whatever he takes action on, right, it appears because he's quick, he's swift, he's talented. And whatever you are, embracing with the slippers here, no place like home, you're tapping your feet here, and I feel like you're there because you've gone through the journey. Do not procrastinate or wait to take that next step to get ahead. Just do it, right? And we have the slippers here. This is the step. It's here. Nothing will change if you don't take action. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. And we said that earlier as well. When it comes to, because maybe you've hit so many dead ends or rejections or roadblocks, don't sit in the energy thinking that it's just going to continue spiraling. Because if you do, it's going to continue spiraling, right? If you continue if you give up, the opposite here of the strength is self-doubt. It's fight or flight. It's just wanting to give up. You're not a quitter. I believe in you, Virgo. You're going to take action. And I feel like there is big change because your outcome here is comfort. Though you're not exactly rich, you will be living comfortably. You are entering into the most comfortable period of your life. Hello, Wheel of Fortune. This is a cycle. This is a rebirth. Your finances are in a state of balance. We have the word balance again showing up. So a lot of you are entering into a very comfortable, very profitable, very abundant phase of your career and finances. This is exciting. Good job to you. You've earned this, Virgo. You've worked hard for this. Let's look at love. What do we have here for love? All right. Now, for some of you, love has been, I heard, what love? What love? Some of you have been single for a little while, or you have been maybe disconnected from a lover. If you've been in a dynamic, maybe you've been married for 40 years, 30 years, 20 years. I feel like there has been a separation, whether you live together or whether you are physically separated or you've cut someone out of your life. You needed to stop the pattern, because when this Wheel of Fortune shows up, this is about entering into a new phase. It is about exiting out of maybe a karmic cycle of your life. And I feel like that was needed, is needed, or required. Some of you, there's been a ghosting or silent treatment, or it almost feels like two ships passing in the night. And I feel like there's a deep fear of intimacy, potentially due to narcissism, love bombing. Maybe something has been one-sided here. Maybe someone has been very self-absorbed in their work or in their personal drama or in something that was very much, very bonded or showing up right here that they couldn't see beyond it. And I do feel like there was something that was distracting this union. There was something that may have interfered with this union, and it could have even been secrets with the High Priestess out here. It could have been manipulation. It could have been control. Yeah, and I do see here that you've cut that out, or you're about to, because I also see that there could be an option here where someone may be love bombing after silent treatment, and that may be why the runner is here, because it's like a runner chaser, this cycle that goes round and round. We're together, we're not. We're wanting to move forward, we want to cut it off. If that's a cycle that you've been in, Virgo, it's time that you are moving on from that. For others of you, I feel like there is an opportunity for new commitments, you to manifest a new commitment, that the universe is helping you manifest this union, this divine union. And that was a message in Leo's reading. So some of you may have Leo in your chart, or you're dealing with the Leo. You may want to check that reading out as well. But this is intense. And I feel like there was such intensity here that there was a letting go, but then it's like a rubber band. The rubber band never broke, and it would just spring back together here in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like there is a fear of intimacy. There's a fear of opening up or getting close to someone or letting someone back in. Or there could even be a fear of, what if I fully let this person go? Okay. And again, I don't see any ending cards here, but I do see transformation. So that may require letting go of what was to make room for this beautiful, new, abundant opportunity to come in for you. Because the final outcome card is the coffee cup. Some of you are going to meet up and talk to someone. This could be someone brand new. Okay. It could be someone that you have had a little bit of a cycle with. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like this is elevation. someone is elevating on their path, on their journey. And Virgo, if you are connecting to someone and they're not at the same level as you, they have not elevated, you are going to know, right? You're going to know because you have the tools, you have the resources. And I just feel like you're either going to grow with someone or you're going to mingle or commingle elsewhere where you do feel that reciprocity, because you're not going to allow yourself to be in a one-sided dynamic like you have been in the past. Some of you are building a strong, solid friendship, or you are with your best friends. Currently, this could be a lover that you're with, and maybe both of you had a difficult past. Maybe you stopped the pattern and there's a new person in the midst here, or someone that has been your best friend for a while. And I feel like you're savoring the moment with the coffee cup. Some of you could even be meeting over coffee. Someone could ask you to go out for brunch or for breakfast. This could even be a bestie, a best friend, right? I feel like you are coming to a place where you feel a lot better about your relationships, your partnerships. There's more harmony. There's more balance. I also feel like you're not putting yourself down, okay? And maybe other people have cut you down, but I feel like you at times, which we can all fall into this loop where we tend to cut ourselves down, as we age, as we evolve or enter into new relationships or exit out of them. We tend to say, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not, pretty enough? Or what if I don't have the resources or the abundance? Or what if they don't like me? What if I'm this? What if I'm that? So I feel like you are accepting all of you and you're saying, why? If they don't like me for who I am and I've ascended, then they're not my people. And you've learned so much. I'm so proud of you. But I also feel like you have elevated, and it does look like you are attracting or have attracted a best friend, a soulmate, a partner that has the potential to be lifelong. Beautiful. All right, last but not least, Virgo, let's look at the mother. The mother. So again, this is like the Empress energy, and it does remind me, and I think even in this deck, the Empress is the Ozma of Oz. So she is the mother of Oz. And I feel like you are protected. I feel like you are very abundant at this time. Some of you could even be hearing news of someone becoming pregnant, okay, becoming pregnant. I'm just pulling up the mother energy here for you. You yourself could be pregnant or becoming a grandparent. This is all about the feminine and the source. It's about the great mother. We begin our archetypal story with the mother's love. Through her sensual, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beat for the first time in the warm womb of the mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as the mother, especially on the earthly plane, contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine. With the best of intentions, the mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she's meant to set free. The mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings. She creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. The mother is part of the trifecta, the maiden, mother, and crone, because of the relationships between them. Take special note when they appear. So we only pulled one card, but there was another astro sign. It was either Aries or Taurus, I believe, that received the maiden. So for some of you, there is a strong energy between maybe mother and child or parent and child. Okay, or you and your own parent. So that could be significant. Maybe you have Aries in your chart or Taurus. Notice how the mother archetype is expressed in nature. This is perhaps the most balanced and benevolent form of the mother's grace. And you have the great outdoors here because this is Mother Gaia, right? Mother God. And I feel like if you want to feel that warm, loving, creative embrace, get out there and feel nature at her finest because she will bring balance. When this is showing up as the light aspect, which this is all light for you here, you are overcoming a lot of darkness. And we're going to take a look at the light here, which is glowing. You are glowing this month. This is generative, creative, which you have the creativity card, and nurturing. You're nurturing yourself, your career, your health. There's a strong sense of taking care of what you need to take care of. And the dark aspect, which may be where you've come out of, can be dim. It can be exhausting, controlling, or even limiting. And we talked about all of this in your reading. So what a beautiful confirmation. You see the pearl right there in between. You are the pearl. I told you you were powerful. I told you you were a gift. If you want to go deeper, read the Tao Te Ching, chapter 1, and imagine the mother of 10,000 things. I'm a huge fan of the Tao Te Ching, and Wayne Dyer has a really wonderful book that breaks down the Tao Te Ching in simple terms, the Tao Te Ching in simple terms, because sometimes it can get a little confusing, but if you want to dive into that energy, I mean, you can Google it online as well. And chapter 1, the mother of 10,000 things. And I feel like a lot of you're remembering that you are the pearl, right? You've overcome a lot of obstacles. How is the pearl formed? Under pressure and under shadow. And that has been a common theme for a lot of the signs in the month of October is the light and the shadow. And I think it was also Aries reading that mentioned, the closer we are to the light, the larger the shadow is casted, right? The longer the shadow, the closer we are. And I feel like you've gone through a lot, but you're really coming out on top here, Virgo, and you are the pearl. You are the pearl. So that is what I have for you. Pretty deep reading, pretty deep month and transformational. Remember to own your power. I mean, this Lover's energy and the Witch, I mean, I still can't believe how many major arcana you have here, but remember that your belief in your abilities is crucial in this next chapter of your life. Don't self-doubt yourself. Don't second guess your gifts, because this is very gifted. I don't think I've seen such a profound, powerful, gifted reading in quite some time, and it's right here for you, Virgo. So embrace it, accept it, receive it. Thank you so much, beautiful souls, for tuning in. If this was helpful and resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. It certainly helps the growth of the channel, which I appreciate dearly. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, sign up again for the newsletter. Or if you want to know the decks used, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. Thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in. Lots of love.